Alrighty. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to probably the first flight on the Colson 8 YouTube channel. Today we are starting our trip up to Buffalo, which I believe is MIA2A. 2 Alpha. It's a 2-day trip. Trip outline is we go from here in Miami, which is our base, up to Myrtle Beach, Charleston, West Virginia, and then up to Buffalo, New York, overnight in Buffalo. Come on back down in the morning, same way we came up, except once we get down to Miami, we'll also do a turn to Key West and back. And that will end the 2-day. So right now it's about 1-ish p.m. in the afternoon, 12:45, 1 p.m. in the afternoon here in Miami. Got a little bit of weather around, so we'll have to be mindful of that. I'll include that in the briefing. And we're flying ship 808 today, Jamaica 1, beautiful as she is. So let's go ahead and hop into the flight deck and get started here. Alright, take a seat. Yeah, so right now it's 12:56. Our out block is going to be 1:45. So we've got about 45 minutes to get this ship fueled, configured, loaded, and out of here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to GSX and have the fuelers start heading our way.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Your gate gourmet. Get the A-car started while that's doing its thing, so that way it'll log it. Because here at Coastal, everything matters because it is all calculated and it all comes in. Every month we calculate all the numbers, see what our income was, and we have beautiful breakdowns thanks to our CEO, Jason, who runs all that. We are on VETSIM, that is pretty standard here at Coastal.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
Alright, cool. Our A-cars have been started. Let me just configure Volanta here. Cool. Alright. So, let's get going. Start by aligning the IRSs here. Align nav, on DC, and align. Cool, and we should see this display here populate here in a second. Yep, there it goes, 8 minutes. Pop on down here to the FMC. We'll go ahead and hit the init page. Looks like we're still tuned to Miami Tower frequency.
American 2405,
which will work.
Taxi
Actually, I'm going to switch off of that for now. We are at Miami. We're at Gulf 8. With all the expansion we're doing, we pretty much own half of the Gulf Pier. Alright, cool, that's on the go. Head on over to the route page. We're heading up to Myrtle Beach. Plug that in there, and we'll go flight plan request. Hit load. And this is kind of a crunch trip. We're going to be very mindful of our time usage because every second will count because we have very tight turns. So if we get out, if we push like 10 minutes early, that would be fantastic. Alright, cool, that's plugged in. We are Riptide 6 today as our call sign. That will be our call sign all the way up. So in the next few videos, you'll also see that. Let's go ahead and hit a departure. Not yet. I'm going to load the fuel here in a second, and then I'm going to call and get our clearance. So, GSX sounds like it's... Okay, that's loud. Okay, catering's here. Fueling looks like it's on the way there. It's very loud outside. Alright, IRSs are on the go. Cool. Guess we're just gonna wait around. I can take a look at the ATIS. That would probably help. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. Miami information, Miami departure information, whiskey. Winds are out of
Fuel truck is in
1207, 10
position.
statute mile visibility, few clouds 4900,
Please
broken
don't
at
load aircraft until the
5500.
fuel truck arrives.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Standby. Alright, how much fuel are we bringing today? We don't need an alternate because I know the weather at Myrtle Beach is looking decent. So the fuel we're taking today is 13.7. Pop that in there. Sounds like the aircraft's starting to fuel up. Go back to our ATIS. Probably can't see it, but that's alright. Alright, where are we? 1207, 10 statute mile visibility. Fuel clouds 4900, broken at 55. Temperature 24, dew point 22, altimeter 2984. Meaning there's probable precipitation, as you can hear, it just started raining. Altimeter, 2984. Approaches are being conducted to parallel runways, converging and intersection runways. Arrivals expect ILS runway 8 right, ILS 9, ILS runway 12, RNAV, GPS approach 8 left, aircraft landing runway 9. Expect to hold short, LDA, runway 12, hold short, runway 9, 8100 feet. Runway 9 to hold short, runway 12 is 9750. If unable to hold short, notify approach on initial contact or as soon as possible. Departing runway is 8 left, 8 right. We'll plan on 8 right. No TAMs. Numerous cranes vicinity of the airport. Check current. No TAMs, which we already have. There are tons of no TAMs. Let's see. Operate transponder with mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Hazardous weather information for Miami area available from ATC. All aircraft feedback, hold short instructions at assigned altitude. Advise no contact, you have information whiskey. Alright, cool. So we're going to plan on 8 right. I'm going to close the doors to make GSX happy here. And before I type that in, I'm just going to get the clearance, since why not? Dial up Miami Tower now. Give it a second, make sure the frequency is clear. Miami Tower, good evening. Riptide 6, like to pick up our IFR to Myrtle Beach.
Riptide 6, Miami Tower, good evening. Clearance on request, stand by.
Stand by, Riptide 6. Cool, so
American
he's got that on the go.
2703, wind variable at 4.
I'm just going to plug this in anyway, because I need to get going.
8 right, clear for takeoff.
Of course, I said that and he's going to change everything around on us, but we'll plan 8 right, Alt 1, do some transition. As far as our arrival, we don't have an arrival. I'll worry about the approach in the air. So we go to legs here, step through it, sea salt, Deals, Livy, Ferry, Eggers, Perth, Alton, Mart, Enwood, CZ, Deucen, Oven, Fimon, Viap, and Charleston. That is correct. Cool.
Focus, sir, that's what you got.
Alright, start worrying about our weights. Looks like the fueling's done, so I'll go ahead and pop on F right. Correction, F left. Fast seatbelt signs should have been on already, or should not have been on already, but they are now. IRS are still aligning. Got about 1 minute left on those. Looks like we just obtained our PDC. See what that looks like here. Alright, here's our PDC. Riptide 6, 0107 Zulu. Miami Myrtle Beach. Squawk 3715. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight will 350 10 minutes after departure. March frequency 24850. Let me dial that up in standby now. Before I forget. Cool. 2485. Contact 1.8.3 for taxi. Approved as filed. Alton 1, Deucen, Quebec 87, Viap, direct Charleston, and direct to Myrtle Beach. Departure clearance end. Alright, cool. So what we put in is correct. He did not give us a runway, but
American 27.
it'll probably be 8 right. It always is.
Miami approach 124.85.
So that all looks kosher. Let's go ahead and get Pack X going, because that's going to be our next issue. I'll start getting some packs on the airplane. Time until takeoff. Let's see here. It's 13:05, so 50 minutes. We got plenty of time. We are in a Dash 700, and what is our payload? Guess that's a good time to look. Looks like we got 141, so too shy of a full load today, as far as packs. Alright, cool. That's on the go, as you can probably hear. I'll go ahead and get GSX boarding, get that out of the way, get all the bags on board and such.
Boarding requested.
Alright. Go to payload. We got 141. And then in our front cargo, we're going to have standby.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, this is a brand new leg.
Pilots
brand
boarding
new
starting.
trip. Let's see here. 141. 4512 in the front. And in the rear, we got 1179, and I'm getting that from our Coastal Airways dispatch site, which should give us a 0 fuel weight. What? Numbers don't match for some reason here. It says 117.4.
Crew boarding starting.
Oh well, we'll go with 17.4 and call it a day. This is what the dispatch site said, so this is what we'll go with. So our 0 fuel weight day is going to be 117.4. Planned fuel is going to be 13.2. Our reserves are going to be 5.0. Cost index should be 60. We're heading all the way up to 360. Cruise winds are 280 at 083. And we'll get the actual wind uplink here in a minute.
Passengers boarding starting.
Top climb outside air temperature is minus 50. Execute that. We'll head back to our legs page, route data, winds request. That'll give us our winds uplink. While it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and dump in our transponder code. If my sim will cooperate here. Our frame rates just have gone into the toilet. What did I say? It was 3715. Cool, that's set. We've got IRSs now. Hit load. Alright. Head back to our init page. It's fine. Alright, let's see here. Let me go to TopCat and do our performance calculations. Going out of Miami. Flying on 8 right. Takeoff weight of 31.1. we'll say.
I'm doing good.
Alright, let's see what we got going on here. It looks like we're going to be doing a 46-degree D rate. Going to do flaps 1. Our CG is 15.1. Let's set our trim now.
Alright. TWA 700 checks walk 6063.
At 4. Oh, type too fast for it. 300 at 4.
TWA 700.
Dump that in there. Runway slope of 0.0.
I'm right next to it.
Okay, V1 is 136. VR is 136, and V2 is 137. Everything's really close together today. Cool, that's all in. Go ahead and start our flows here. Got all these lights here. Check our crew oxygen and passenger oxygen, make sure that it hasn't deployed. Go to test the flight recorder. Okay. Overspeed. Stall. And our PSEU light is out. Got 5 switches guarded. Alternate flaps switch is off. Yaw damper can come on. Normal, normal, normal. Auto, normal. 4 on, 2 off. Test the crossfeed valve here. Okay, and that opened and locked. And closed and locked. Good. I got our aft left on. Battery is not discharging. Transformer rectifier 1 is good. Transformer rectifier 2 is good. Transformer rectifier 3 is good. Cool. Obviously we're on ground power right now. We'll switch that over to APU when we get so we can confirm the APU gen before we connect it. Cinema power switch is guarded. Ground power is connected. APU is off. Emergency exit lights is armed. Seatbelt signs on. Engine start switch can go to right. Since it is the first flight of this trip. I'm going to heat. Pull those on. Probe heats to test those. Good. Do window heat overheat test. Cool. Those come back on and stay on. Test our anti-ice. Engine anti-ices should not lock, but the wing anti-ice should lock, which it did, so everything can come off. Hydraulic pumps, electrics are on. Doors look good. Let's do a CVR test here. Wait for the green light. And we got the green light. Good. Pressurization looks good for being on the ground. Voice recorder is in auto. Pack overheat test. 1 and 2. And they're off. Cool. Pack speeds are set as required. We're going up to flight level 360 today. Our landing altitude is 25 feet, so we'll set this to 50. Because we've got to round up. If it's 24 feet, we round down. 25 feet, you round up. It's just how it goes. Lights look good here. I'm going to dump on the wing light for the walk around. And the wheel well. Come down here, do our lights test. Alrighty, everything's looking kosher there. Do our autopilot lights test. Good. Get our MCP set up the way we want it. Flight Director 1 Master. Flight Director 2 Slave. Cleared up to 5,000 initially on our departure, which is the Alton 1. Runway heading is 092, but it won't matter because before departure we'll RML and VNAV. Let's see. And we'll put check V2 in there, which is 137. Beautiful. Okay. Go ahead and clear out the clock here. clear out the clock. Nose wheel steering switch is guarded. Test our oxygen. Beautiful. Alright, instrument transfer switches are normal. Says the speed brakes are armed, which is fine. Normal, rotate, or sorry, I should say auto, and auto. Go ahead and reset the fuel flow. I'm going to bring up my engine display down here. That looks kosher. Alright, so trim is already set. Make sure, confirm flaps, speed brakes are
700,
up.
contact Miami approach.
Looks like we've got a reverser extended.
TWA 700,
There we go.
contact Miami approach
Alright.
at 12485.
Cool, that is the takeoff warning test complete. Go ahead and do the fire warning.
That's a new thing.
Fault and APU detection in-op. We've got wheel well, and we've got 3+ overheats. Good. This time we canceled the faster fire bell, but I don't have enough time to reach up there and do that. Squibs, got 3 green. Cargo fire. Again, we'd reach up, cancel that bell. That looks good. We got the squibs and all that. I'm not going to bother with the HUD today. There's no point. Let's go ahead and do the TCAS test. Rudder trim is centered. Aluminum trim is centered. I've got a TCAS test pass and GPWS test.
If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away so that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats. If you're in an emergency exit row, please leave the exit seating responsibilities in the card and the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once you depart from the gate.
Alright, and there's the GPWS test done. My display is configured like I want it. So that's all kosher. Go ahead and set our altimeter, which is 29084. Beautiful. Alright, let's go ahead and do the walk around. Should have had this set up beforehand, but it's fine. Let's get a handle on our camera here. Cool. So we'll come around to the front here, and I'll hop back in. Or if we were doing multi-crew, we'd have the whoever's back up in the cockpit do this. But oops, wrong button. Come up here and chuck on the landing lights. And we'll check, don't need to bother with the logo. We'll check on all these lights just for the test. Alright. Cool. So let's take a look here. We've got 4 on the wing, 2 that side, 2 under, and 1 nose wheel, so that's good. Those can come off now, so we don't need to keep blinding the ground crew. Alright, let's continue with our walk around here. Obviously, we've got a lower beacon, got our wing light. Wing root here looks good, nothing's broken, the engine is still intact. No kind of fuel leaks or anything. See the top beacon reflecting off the top fin there, so we got top beacon. Got right nav light, and we've got the strobes. This is a Scimitar airplane, so we'll need to be mindful of that. Got our position lights here in the back. Flaps look good. Come around here. Outflow valve is open, which is good. Got our strobe in the back. Tail section and empennage look good. Gear here looks good. Take a peek in. We check all of our hydraulic reservoirs and such. Get a little taller here. Alright, continuing checking the flaps. Check the scimitars. Got a position light. Got strobes. Got our nav. Leading edge of the wing looks good and slats look good. Engine's still intact. Kruger flaps are retracted. Wing root looks good. Pack area inlets look good. Alright, we're all set. Cool. Walk around complete. Head back over to the overhead here. Anti-collision light off, wing light off, wheel well light off, and these can go back to steady. That is us configured, ladies and gentlemen, and we've still got 25 minutes to go until the push, according to our schedule. We're going to try and push a little early. We've got about 7 minutes left until boarding is done. So once we get to about 5 minutes here, I'm going to chuck on the APU and we'll get that going. Alright, I've got 18.3 active and 24.885. The standby, and is that correct? No, it is not. Need 24.850. That's correct. Alright, we'll go ahead and brief it up here. So, takeoff alternates is not relevant for this. Weather's good enough. It is rainy. We got some clouds in the area, so we'll need to be mindful of that. Got no MEL items. The airplane is perfectly working. No TAMs have been reviewed. Adverse weather, as I said, we've got some storm showers in the area, so we'll have to basically go right out through that, and it's going to be pretty bumpy. Once we get above that, we'll just try and charge the large cells and stay out of as much weather as we can. As far as taxi routing, obviously we don't have a clearance yet. The most probable taxi routing is once we push. We'll call up at spot 21, and they'll probably give us Papa down to 8 right. Let's see, do we have any hot spots we need to worry about? Yes. We've got hot spot 4, which is around the area of runway 12, 8 right, and Papa in Quebec. Just a lot of traffic moving in and out of there, and the actual, yep. So high traffic area is what that says. Runway conditions, let's see. So, obviously you got rain, winds. What just happened there? Alright, yeah, so, pull up my weather again. The runway is going to be slightly wet, just started raining. Winds are variable at 4, got decent visibility, 10 statute miles, thunderstorms in the vicinity. Few clouds at 5,000, and a few clouds at 6,500. So we'll just need to be mindful of that. Alright, as far as rejected takeoff, anything below 80 knots will come to a stop on the runway or exit the runway and deal with it. Anything above 80 knots, it'll be fire, fear, or shear. We'll bring the aircraft to a stop, deal with the airplane, see what we need to do, and then we'll decide whether to exit the runway or evacuate on the spot. Anything above V1, we will deal with it in the air unless the airplane just will not fly, and then we got plenty of runway here, theoretically, so we will try and bring her to a stop. We should have about a 4,000 foot margin, so we'll try and bring the aircraft to a stop on the runway if it absolutely will not fly after V1. Anything other than that, we will deal with it in the air. But we have been cleared to Myrtle Beach via the routing we discussed. We do not have a taxi clearance yet, but we are clear to push into the alley and pull up to spot 21 where we will call for our taxi clearance. MCP is set. We've got 137, 092, and 5,000. Radios are set. We've got 18.3 in the active, 24.50, 850 in the standby for our departure. Efficiency routing has been reviewed. Automation level, we're going to be doing LNAV, VNAV on departure. I will call Command A at some point, and I will just basically follow the flight director until that point. And transition altitude, since we're in the U.S., is 18, so that is no factor. So that is my briefing. Go ahead and, now that we've got that done, make an announcement back to the passengers. Let's see here. Pull up my relevant information that I want. Alright, gotta go do a passenger announcement here in just a second. Yep. Alright. Morning, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. I would like to welcome you on board here, Coastal Airways Flight 6, with service up to Myrtle Beach. This afternoon flight time, you're looking at about an hour and 27 minutes on our flight up to Myrtle Beach. It will be slightly bumpy all the way throughout the flight, especially on departure and on the arrival. We apologize. We'll try to mitigate the turbulence as much as possible, but just giving you guys a heads up, it is there. Right now, the weather in Myrtle Beach is looking pretty okay. Got some light rain in the area. It's about 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and there are some thunderstorms to the north and southeast. Well, that's up here for the life deck. We'll get going here in the next couple of minutes, and once again, welcome on board. Alright, that's the PAX announcement done. Before we leave, just going to review the weather for Myrtle Beach one more time, because I saw that the weather got updated. Right now it's 2306, 10 statute mile, rain, few clouds 4,300, broken 6,000, overcast 9,500. Still no factor as far as any alternate planning or anything like that. Altimeter is 2982, and there's lightning in the area in the northeast and southeast, with thunderstorms to the north. Cool. That's all kosher. Sounds like boarding is just about done. My sim is having a time. There we go. Go ahead and check this on the legs page for now. Head up to the overhead here, get the APU started. I'm going to toss all the fuel pumps on because we'll be pushing just as soon as we get on APU power. What I am going to do is come back down here, pull the AC unit a little early, and we'll get these doors closed. Make sure our park brake is set, which it is. Just wait for that APU to come up. I'll have to suffer with the heat in the back for a minute, because I'm not going to bother turning on the packs, because it takes a minute for the APU to kind of get warmed up enough before we're allowed to turn on the bleeds, and by that time we'll be ready to push, so not even going to worry about it. Alright, we're on APU power.
Miami Tower, good evening.
We're on power, can get out of here. Chocks are off. Go to legs. Okay, GSX, and we'll prepare for pushback departure. Yes. Alright, go to legs. Come back up here. Anti-collision light can come on now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight
4-star checklist, please.
South Carolina.
See here. Got 13 in on board, and fuel pumps are on, center pumps are off. Passenger signs are on, window heat on, hydraulic pumps on, doors closed, lights are out, pressurization 36, 50, and auto. So that's set. Auto brake is RTO, and stab trim 7 units set. 4-star checklist complete. Cool, we're good to go. Waiting on GSX now.
1694, guys.
Since we're about to push, I'll go ahead and chuck on the transponder for or Batsim even.
Yes, I did see that. You would need to be up at something like 42 or beyond there with the altimetry that's going on today.
It's up 1684. Yeah, no worries.
Looks like Tug's still connecting here.
Locking gear.
Yep. Seems like our frame rate's improved a little bit, so that's good. I did start 8 cars, right? Yes, I did. Good. We're going to go nose left. I'm going to go ahead and start up my track IR.
Release parking brakes.
Okay. Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
And we'll go ahead and turn on the AP bleed. Packs are off. That's it. Open. Good. So we'll go ahead and turn number 2. Start valve open. NT rising, obviously.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the flight attendants for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is fastened, please ensure that your seatbelts are fastened low
Feel
and
in.
across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Light off.
Release your seatbelt with the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the entire flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits
Full
on
pressure.
this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of
56%,
oxygen,
start a
pull the
cutout.
mask towards you.
Start
Place
valve
it firmly
closed.
over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind
Roll back.
your head. Tighten the straps
Cool.
if necessary, and breathe
Back up
normally.
here.
Although the bag is not
Alright,
inflated,
track IR, you gotta
oxygen
go.
is flowing to the
This
mask.
is getting...
If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires
Alright.
assistance,
Isolate,
secure the
ventilate.
mask
So,
on first and
isolate,
then
ventilate. Starting number 1. Start valve open.
Unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is
You
located
still look like you have a
Entry
cool
rising.
attitude.
Set parking brakes.
Delta Alpha Lima.
Parking brake set.
Enter ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
25%. Fuel coming in.
Does not inflate automatically. Blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. This vest is equipped with a whistle.
Light off.
If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat. Put your arms.
Delta 971, I have
All
a
pressure.
flight plan there. Stand by.
Start the clock.
So all personal items. Make sure your
Perfect.
seatbelts
Thank
are
you so
fastened and seat backs and tray tables are all in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, and that includes
Unlocking gear.
tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the
56%,
laboratory
start a
is
cutout.
strictly prohibited
Start
by
valve
law.
close.
All of this information and more can be found on the
Roll
safety
back.
card located in the seat
Cool.
back in front of you. We
That
suggest
sounds
reading
good.
this
This,
and letting a cabin member know
get
if you
this
have any questions.
done.
Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Go flaps 1. Read that message out. Arm LNAV, arm VNAV. That's good. I'm going to check the ADIS one more time, make sure it hasn't been updated, which it probably has. Okay, we have X-ray. Let me just look over that really quickly. $2,985, so that's going up 1. Come on. Alright, cool. We have information X-ray. Good. So let's go ahead and pull up spot 21 here after we do our before taxi checklist. So before taxi checklist, generators on, probe heat is on, anti-ice is not required, flight controls full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, left, full right, neutral. Looks to be about right. Alright, so flight control is free and correct. Flaps, 1 set, green light, and transponder is TARA. That is before taxi checklist complete. Cool. We will go ahead and pull up to spot 21 here and give them a call. So brakes released. Start up my track IR again. Reset it here. After about 3 minutes here on the clock, we'll be able to do our takeoff config checks as the engines have warmed up for about 3 minutes. That's just company policy here at Coastal. So if you guys can't already tell, here at Coastal we're all about doing it professionally and doing it right. That's what we're all about. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, go ahead and throw us a virtual resume, and you can check out more information at our website at flycoastalairways.com.
Cabin is secure. Ready for departure.
Go ahead and turn off the clock here. Advance the throttles to 100 and back. No takeoff config warning horns, so we're good. Miami Tower, good evening. Riptide 6, spot 21, taxi without X-ray.
Riptide 6, runway 8 right, taxi via Papa.
8 right via Papa for Riptide 6. Cool, as expected. Clear left. Clear right. This is Papa here. Quebec is to our left there, so we just want to keep right here and join Papa. Little sim hiccup there, it's fine. Looking for a taxi speed of about 20 knots. We don't want to break the speed limit, but we do want to be cooking it because we are on a schedule. We are pretty early, which is good, but we will lose that time in the air.
Riptide 6, wind variable at 4. RNAV Seasalt, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV Seasalt, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, Riptide 6. Cool, that's our clearance. So go ahead and knock on the lights here. Rejoin the taxiway. We are entering the runway, so auto throttle can go to arm. And approach path is clear. Should have cleared that already. Cool. Bring those engines up to about 40%. Line ourselves here. Go ahead and start the clock. Alright, engines 38% stabilized. Toga. Thrust set. Airspeed alive. 80 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Riptide 6, contact Miami approach 124.8 knots.
Approach with 2485. We'll see you at Riptide 6. Alright, 1,000 feet, bug up. Zero frequencies. Flaps up.
Thank you.
Poor Tango Papa, no worries at all. You're doing great.
Miami departure, good evening, Riptide 6, 1,900 for 5,000.
Riptide 6, Miami approach radar contact, climb maintain 16,000.
Climb maintain 16,000, Riptide 6. And we'll go alt intervene, cancel those restrictions. Oops. Bring that nose down. Follow our departure here. Go ahead and get the aircraft cleaned up. Knock off the extended. Come on. Alright.
Bank angle.
So Airways just slightly overdid it there. Busted through that speed limit. Bring her. This is why having two pilots helps in a situation like this. Okay, I'm going to take Command A. Command A engaged. Passing through 10,000 here, we'll go ahead and ding the cabin.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. We may turn on larger
those
portable
can come
electronic
off.
devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your
Actually,
seatbelt
that can come
fastened
off.
throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line near the left port. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required to pay a small
Climb checklist. Packs and
You also
bleeds.
come
Auto and
with
on.
inside
Pressurization.
communications to our partners.
Checked.
Connect to the Wi-Fi
Start
to find
switches
out
are
more
off.
information.
APU is off. Flaps up. No lights. Climb checklist complete. Alright, folks, and that's our departure. We are above the sterile cockpit altitude of 10,000 feet, so I'll go ahead and talk to you guys here. My plan for this channel is basically just to document the background behind some of the photos you see on the Colston 8 Instagram. Just giving you some more context to that and seeing what I go through on my trips. You'll see single crew like what we're doing today, and you will see probably a little bit of multi-crew as well. That's something we've been working really hard on. You're going to see you're going to end up seeing the rest of this trip up to Buffalo and back, and then you're also probably going to end up seeing a lot of flying down the Caribbean here soon, both by myself probably and with John, aka VREF Simmer, 1,000 to go. He will be accompanying us probably for a lot of those, and maybe even some of it with Jason, depending on that. But most of the flying I do with Jason will probably be proving flights, and that you will see on the FSBN channel. Miami departure, Riptide 6, maintaining 16,000.
Riptide 6, yeah, I'm waiting for a handoff with Miami Center here. Let me see if I can get him to take it.
A firm. Thank you. Getting some light turbulence here, so we'll wait to knock off that seatbelt sign.
Riptide 6, you can contact Miami Center 135.17. Sorry to get away there.
135.17, we'll see ya, Riptide 6.